Hello everyone, welcome back to ACL Stands and Merry Christmas to everyone. It's Christmas Day here, 2021. Now this is a cheap Optimus Lab 1100 turntable. It's got the speeds here, it's got the play, stop and cue 12.6. This is Mum's old turntable. It's been sitting in the storage for a while and it's got a problem. It's got the head shell, but the cartridge that comes with it is completely gone. What I want to do is make a new head shell piece, and I want to put in just a generic type of a cartridge that you can get from eBay, which is really cheap. Now the replacement cartridges for this are around about $30, so I don't want to pay that, so I'm going to redesign the head shell, and that way I can modify it for the cheaper cartridges, which I arrived yesterday, and I'll give you a look at what they are. So just these ones, and if this cartridge piece here, when it fits into the head shell, it'll be locked in there. I'll make a little connection here and a little sliding section here and lock this in, and what you can do is just remove these orange pieces, and you can buy like 5 of these for about $10, and I don't want to keep having to pay $30 for replacement stylus. And I'm going to put this up on Thingiverse. If you have the turntables like this Optimus turntable, it has this post here designed for that. But you can modify the Thingiverse design, of course, if you want, adapt it to your one. Wiring setup here is, from what I can tell, just by looking at it, I'm going to separate these wires a little bit. What that tells me is, obviously one of these is going to be like a positive and the other one is shield. That's going to be the negative. On the other side there's actually a white one and there's the bare shield. So how this would work is the red and the shield here would be the right, the white and the shield here would be the left, and then we have a little ground. Now that will just fit straight in to the head shell. So if we were to connect this, you can see that one side will have the positive and negative, and the other side will have a positive and negative. So that would be your left and right. Yeah, and it's nice that they've included the little diagram on there, because that made things a lot easier. I'm just going to go over to the computer now and print up a head shell, and this is probably going to take a little while to do, so I'm going to skip through all the design work and I'll come back and show you the finished head shell. It fits in there quite nicely. I had to angle this down so that the needle can sort of sit squarely when it runs on the grooves of the record finger section here, so you can easily pick it up and put it down. It fits in there really nicely, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fit this back onto this post here, and then I can go about soldering the wires back onto the terminal. Okay, so I've zoomed in here, you can just see what I'm doing. I've got the alligator clips here, I'm just going to hold it. The cartridge, once it's in there, you don't need to touch that anymore because only the stylus gets replaced. Prongs here, and they are going to be the positive, and then I get the bottom inner prongs here, they're going to be the negatives. Okay, so what I had to do was, the wires were a little bit long up there, so I did actually have to push those up into the little recess up there. A pain in the ass to do this with when you've got the arm on here, so you have to move to the side. So that's pretty much the generic eBay cartridges and stylus installed. And pretty much throw away this old shell now. One thing that I would suggest is that you make sure to put a little bit of solder on each of those 4 prongs that come out here first. That way it's much easier to connect the wiring onto it. If you haven't got yourself one of these, then and you're into the soldering game, then you really need to get one. There we go, that's a look at the new head shell that I've made here. Be sure to check the description for that Thingiverse design, and hopefully if you've got an old turntable like this, you can 3D print one of these head shells and just connect these generic eBay cartridges and stylus.